What's good, YouTube? So, is it God or politics? I'm going to tell you about this story that's happening in Philly right now. I touched on it in my daughter coming out video about the teacher that told a student to take off the Romney shirt. If you're not interested in political innuendo, or if you're not interested in this, please click off my video. I don't need the bullshit and I don't have the strength. This is not an argument. This video is my opinion about the whole situation. Alright, so I'm also going to put the link to my blog spot because I have it all laid out. Threats for Romney t-shirt team. That's the headline. And also, students are angry. A favorite teacher is being investigated. Okay, what happened was a teacher at Charles Carroll High School, which is the school my daughter graduated from in Philadelphia, kicked 16-year-old sophomore Samantha Paul Lucy out of class, chased her into the hall, encouraged other students to mock her, and attempted to scribble or mark on her clothing. Samantha's crime? Question mark. Wearing a pink Romney Ryan t-shirt to school for dress down day. In addition to the physical intimidation and interruption of education, teacher Lynette Gaiman told Samantha that wearing the shirt was the same as wearing a shirt featuring the KKK or Nazis. Ms. Gaiman added that this is a Democratic school and asked whether Samantha's parents were Republican. Samantha has already endured additional ridicule from students while she attempted to return to school. The ridicule is likely a result of Ms. Gaiman recruiting other students to her side by telling them a student, Samantha, had gotten her in trouble because of her jokes. Samantha's father, Richard Paul Lucy, told NBC Philadelphia that if it was a joke, as the teacher alleges, it would have been different between two adults. Samantha believes she had done something wrong, her father told reporters. She is afraid to return back to school. Alright, so not only did Samantha return back to school, a 16-year-old high school student who said she was ridiculed by her geometry teacher for wearing a Mitt Romney t-shirt returned to school Tuesday following a rally of cheering supporters. My opinion, and I'm going to read it because I wrote it on Charles Carroll's Facebook page, and it sparked because it was just a discussion between my daughter and her friends about this whole incident. My mom actually is in support of the ones rallying against Gaiman, want her fired, and actually cheered Samantha on as she entered the school. I have a different take on it because I know this teacher personally. She was my daughter's math teacher. Okay, so in my opinion, and that's what counts because it's my channel, you know what I'm saying? I wrote, and this is everywhere I could possibly post it. Huffington Post. It is an international story, and I've posted this everywhere. Well, freedom of speech or not, Miss Gaiman should not be judged on this one decision alone. I've actually met her face to face on several occasions, and she is being called racist and a bully. I know her as my daughter's math teacher. I do believe she shouldn't have been that real, and I quote, about that Romney shirt, but the girl is 16, which means she can't even vote, and it was worn obviously for attention. Granted, there is no such thing as a Democratic school, but we are a majority Democratic state. Check the stats. Pennsylvania always votes Democrat. And when she walked out with that shirt on, it had to be with pride and knowing she was going to get negative attention. If a Christian student sings the Star Spangled Banner, is that not freedom of speech? This is why the principal needs to stop dress down days, period. I believe she shouldn't have wore the shirt. Students aren't even able to do the Pledge of Allegiance because it has one nation under God. And now it's about freedom of speech. No cameras were there when outside that same school my daughter was called a nigger. Is that freedom of speech? And it wasn't international news. I also believe even if Miss Gaiman didn't say what she said, the students would have still bullied her, as I put in quotes, because they know Romney doesn't support any of their parents' beliefs, and we are voting Obama. And if it was a white teacher saying the same thing, would it be an issue, or is it truly all politics? I've deleted people off my friends list because they support Romney Ryan. That's how passionate everyone is about jobs, health care, and women's rights. A teacher might have risked her job and has been made into this bully when that's what we all should be concerned about. They separate God from school, but not politics. That's my point. And if Samantha would have wore a shirt that read, "In God We Trust," and the teacher said, "No, sorry, take that off. I have something else you can change into," would she still have been right? Because it is written that God is not allowed in schools. Or shouldn't it still fall under don't bring your beliefs here? Whether it be God, racism, or politics. That is the question. Where is the teacher's freedom of speech? Why does this little girl get freedom of speech? She shouldn't have worn a shirt. Because if anybody else was to wear a religious or a KKK or a Nazi shirt, they would have been treated the same way. Because Romney Ryan is not what people believe in Pennsylvania, period. We are majority Democratic state. Where is Gaiman rights for saying that she didn't believe in that shirt? This little girl went into that school and had "Kill All Jews." Would that be okay? "In God We Trust." Would that be okay? No. But you put politics over God, so Romney is more important than God. That's how I see it. To get this woman fired for her speech and her freedom to say what she wanted to say, that is ridiculous. To have rallies out cheering for this girl knowing damn well she was going to walk into a school that is majority Democrat, because you're in a state that is majority Democrat. If you want to sit there and wear Romney shirts, go to Texas where that's accepted and you don't have to worry about ridicule. And that's the truth. You take God out of schools, but you don't take politics, and this is what happens. But a teacher who is a decorated teacher, who I've met personally, sits there and, as she says, jokes with this girl. It shouldn't be a joke. That's how you feel, and she shouldn't have worn a shirt. Just as if a Christian shouldn't wear "Kill Jews." And just as if a white person shouldn't come with a hooded man and KKK across it. It's out of respect. And again, if this was a white teacher saying it to a white student, would it have been an issue? And like I said, is it truly politics? And if it is truly politics, I believe everybody has a right to their own opinion and their own vote. But you don't throw it in people's faces by wearing a shirt to a school that is passionately Democratic, and you know this, and into a world and into a state that is majority Democrat. That's all I'm saying. That's like walking into a school that has been newly segregated and wearing a KKK shirt. Like, it is on the same lines. It's out of respect. And voting for Romney Ryan, that's her parents' decision to vote for them. She's 16. At the end of the day, God is more important than Romney. But God is taken out of schools, and it's all right to bring Romney in it. That's the world we live in. I would really appreciate your comments about this. Am I wrong in feeling as though the teacher should have rights also? I don't know, but I'm just one of those that I believe the girl shouldn't have wore it. I believe dress down days, period, in school should be over with. Wear uniforms, and that's it. That's it. And then there's no question about if that was wrong to wear. Because if it wasn't dress down day and it was a normal day and she came there with Romney, she's violating a couple of codes. You know what I'm saying? But it's just messed up that this girl got cheered into school and Gaiman's getting called racist and bully and pushed out of school and losing her job over something where it shouldn't have been allowed anyway, in my opinion. It shouldn't have been allowed. And the same goes for if a student wears an Obama shirt. I don't believe politics should be brought into the school over, if God is written out of the schools, so should politics. You should just leave your beliefs at the door and get your education. Learn their history, learn their math, learn their truth, and then do what you want when you get out of those doors and you graduate and you have your opinion and you're able to voice your opinion, you're able to vote. That is ludicrous to wear a shirt like that and expect no feedback. Like, it was ludicrous. And because it was a teacher, it was a problem. I don't believe in some of Gaiman's methods that day, but I do believe in her right of speech.